Good day everyone! For today, we are going to discuss Individual Learning Plan or what we call ILMP. For today, we are going to define what is ILMP, how ILMP be utilized, what are the parts of ILMP, what are the intervention strategies for students at risk in distance learning, and how to accomplish ILMP. What is ILMP? ILMP, or the Individual Learning Monitoring Plan, will be used to monitor learner progress based on the given intervention strategies. It is a tool which is used by teachers and learning facilitators for learners who lag behind as shown by the results of their assessments. It serves as the document that will show the learner's mastery of the learning competencies, significant progress, or insignificant progress. The ILMP shall be utilized to monitor learner progress. It serves as feedback for learners who are provided with intervention activities. It provides a mechanism of support to learners who are lagging behind as manifested by the results of assessments which may be gathered through their portfolio or collected samples of learning outputs. It makes the parents or guardians aware of the academic progress of learners and encourage them to strengthen their involvement in guiding and supervising the learning at home. It helps decide on the effectiveness of the learning modality adopted for the learner and the possible modifications or adjustments that should be provided to improve learners' performance. Guide teachers in adjusting learning content and tasks based on the characteristics, cognitive ability, readiness, interest, and profile of the learner. What are the parts of ILMP? 1. A parent-teacher partnership for distance learning. 8. Provide open-ended activities which allow students to choose their preferred learning outputs. 9. Connect the learning task to real-life situations. 10. Provide or develop instructional videos as supplementary resources. 11. Localized and indigenized examples. 12. Write appreciation notes on students' outputs before returning it. 13. Create support groups such as FB group, group chat, and other social media platforms. 14. Incorporate drama and arts in some learning tasks. 15. Use advanced organizers such as graphic organizer, flowcharts, cycles, and others. 16. Use differentiated instructions according to students' learning styles. 17. Send appreciation video on students' work to motivate him or her to study harder. 18. Gather feedback from parents about their child's learning progress while studying at home. 19. Collaborate with other subject areas on giving learning tasks to lessen students' time on accomplishing outputs. And lastly, avoid demanding comments on giving feedback to students' outputs. Those are some suggestions, intervention strategies for students at risk in distance learning. Let's proceed to monitoring date. Monitoring date refers to the date when the teacher has evaluated the results of learners' assessments after a sufficient time of implementing certain intervention strategies. Learners' assessments may be through portfolios to include learning outputs such as written work, products, and performances evaluated using rubrics. Testimonies of parents or guardians and learning facilitators regarding the learner's progress may also be considered as a matter of holistic assessment. Learner status. It refers to how well the student learns as a result of the teaching-learning process in the learning delivery modality that has chosen. It is determined after assessment of learning and completion of sufficient and appropriate intervention strategies. Insignificant progress refers to a status where a learner did not meet expectations of the learning standards and receive a grade 75 and below for the first quarter and did not improve performance in the succeeding quarters. Significant progress refers to a status where a learner has significantly improved performance after provision of intervention strategies by meeting learning standards as manifested by an increase in his assessment results. Example, from did not make expectations in the previous quarter to fairly satisfactory with a grade scale 75 to 79 in the succeeding quarter. Mastery refers to a status where a learner has reached a level of mastery after provision of intervention strategies by meeting learning standards as manifested by an increase in the assessment results. Example, from did not make expectations or fairly satisfactory in the previous quarter to satisfactory with a grade scale 80 to 84 or very satisfactory with a grade scale of 85 to 89 in the succeeding quarterly, respectively. It should be noted that the ILMP is used only for learners who are not showing progress and meeting the required learning competencies. Teachers with these kinds of learners are advised to prepare the ILMP and communicate with their parents regularly. Teachers may also call the parents for a meeting to discuss the intervention strategies and what they can do to strengthen their involvement in their child's learning. In case a face-to-face meeting is not possible, teachers may communicate with parents through emails, phone call, social media, private messages, SMS, or any other modes of communication available. How to identify students who really need intervention activities or remediation? 1. Feedback from the previous subject teacher. Next, performance or score based on the assessment. Or you may have diagnostic test or formative test. And lastly, portfolio or compilation of outputs. Here is a template of individual learning monitoring plan. You can see learner's name, the grade level, the learning area, wherein you're going to write here the subject, the learner's needs, intervention strategies provided, monitoring date, learner status, insignificant progress, significant progress, mastery. Here is an example on how to accomplish individual learning monitoring plan. So you have here a learner's name, example, Ronald Pahilangco, a grade level, grade 5, learning area, science subject. The learner needs further explanation about how to describe the parts of the reproductive system and their function. The intervention strategies needed are: the teacher clarify key concepts about the lesson, explanation about the diagram was given, and regularly communicate with the parent or guardian for monitoring and providing additional guidance. The monitoring date is February 1, 2021. The learner's status is significant progress, meaning to say, learning is making significant progress. Continue with the learning plan. Another example is learner's name, Juan de la Cruz, grade 9 level. The learning area is English. The learner's needs a lesson that will help the learner differentiate the types of models. The teacher identified 3 intervention strategies provided. 1. Activity sheets on types of models will be given with adjusted level of difficulty. Extended time in the completion of the task. The monitoring date is October 23, 2020. The learner's status in this intervention strategies provided is insignificant progress. There are intervention strategies provided such as activity sheets on types of models will be given with adjusted level of difficulty. Extended time in the completion of the task. Guided activities will be given with the help of household partner. Extending time of the household partner in guiding or supervising the learner in the activities plan. Giving sample prototype learning outputs or models to serve as reference for his own work. Okay, the monitoring date, you have October 23, 2020, October 30, 2020, and November 6, 2020. So the learner status from insignificant progress to significant progress to mastery. So teachers, you know already how to accomplish the individual learning monitoring plan. Hope to see you again on my next video. Thank you for listening and watching. This is Teacher Josie. Thank you and goodbye.